It's time for me to invite Professor Peter Bruck, who is the chairman of World Summit Award. On behalf of the entire World Summit team here, from 10 countries, people have arrived here on their own, coming here to see how Manthan Award has been expanded to entire South Asia, to inspire us and to see the ideas that has been coming from here to various other countries for consideration. Professor Peter Bruck. While he is walking, let me also make you aware that usually he starts with a very negative tone, but he is a nice person.
Thank you very much, Osama Manzar, for this introduction. It's always nice to be introduced with compliments, especially if they are felt so heartily as yours. I'm very grateful for the Special Secretary at the Department of Communication and Information Technologies for his kind acknowledgement of the proposition which we have made. And this is a very good opportunity for me not to just to say some congratulatory words to you, but to leave you with basically three key ideas. 1,000 flowers can bloom and turn into the million flowers, not just because of the rhetoric, but because of the incredibly new opportunity given to us as a generation who is living today, where technologies of communication and information have become, for the first time ever, interactive. If you look back at the entire history of communication and media over the last 6, 8, 10,000 years, we had never that possibility. And as you see, the industrial model of media, especially in the news and in the publishing exchanges, have created global concentrations where one press czar had millions of users and readers, but ignoring the 2, 3, 5, 7 who are actually closest or nearest to him or her. What we have today with interactive digital technologies is the ability to create personalized contents and to do so on a global scale. And that is that actually the model of the farmer and the tradesman and the craftsman is much more close to what we will talk about the entrepreneur of the future than the model of the industrial tycoon, which somebody might actually associate with the business models in mind when somebody talks about entrepreneurial spirit. What we are talking about is an active engagement with society, an active engagement with knowledge, an active engagement with culture, an active engagement with business, and that on every person's part. And that is actually the opportunity which we are talking about. The second idea which I want to leave you with is the idea that technology outpaces us as human beings all the time. The development of the photographs and the cameras you use now, the lenses which are built into your mobile phones, and when you flash me now and take your pictures, the uploading you're doing right away onto the internet, putting it on Flickr, on MySpace, or whatever. These kind of technologies have not been around for 10 years. They have been around for 5 years, 3 years, and they are integrative to our lives today. What we are doing as persons is we cannot expect from each other to move at the same speed. We have to have patience, tolerance, and we need to do an active amount of sharing in order to basically grow together. And to grow together in such a way that we can share with each other. So, the idea being, we cannot allow digital divides to deepen further. We need to actively engage in crossing them, narrowing them, and we have to be very much aware of that the content gap is actually increasing because technologies can do much, much more than contents can be developed. Let me test you for this. How many of you know one of the leading companies in the world in terms of mobile phones? Everybody of you knows Nokia, Samsung, Sony Ericsson, things like this. How many content companies do you know? Interactive digital companies. From your own country, from your own state, from your own community. And you will realize you know very little. So that is what the content gap is addressing. We need to know more about what are actually good contents. And that's the reason why this afternoon and this evening is so important. Because this afternoon and this evening, two things will happen. One is that you will learn to know about good contents. That you will learn about interactive applications, which you would not know if you would not be sitting in this auditorium and it not be part of this event. And the second, equally important thing is going to happen is you, in exchange for learning about these applications, will give the deserved recognition to those who have worked very, very, very hard to develop those contents, to design these applications. Because these people need the stage, the producers, the designers, the creatives who are working with the technologies to establish a meaningful exchange in social terms, in information terms, and in communication terms in this society. So, for this reason, your presence is invaluable. On the one hand, to learn and to spread the word about what you have seen here as valuable contents winning the Manthan Awards. And the other thing is to give recognition to the winners. And for that, I thank you very much for being here. Thank you.